Welcome, everyone. We have very special highlights today. Our highlights today are going to be Ricia Adair and also Christy Walsh. And the reason this is special, both have been in just over a year, and both this week they got their savings bonus, their $10,000 savings bonus. I mean, I've been watching
Yeah,
the social
man.
media posts from both of them. And I've been so excited. I know, Risha, you were out at dinner
Mhm.
last night celebrating. And Christy, you some of the text, I'll let Sarah, you chime in because I know one of my favorite ones was "I'm rich," and you told us kind of. We'll start with you, Christy, just to start with, and then Risha, y'all can just we can just bounce it around. But Christy, one of the things that and Risha, you were in the same boat, having very limited income with what was coming. I want you guys to talk about where you were at when you started this company, when you found this company, and how your life has changed since, and what this $10,000 bonus means to you and what you're going to do with it.
Wow. Yeah. So I did say I'm rich because I've never in my life had a deposit into my account of, $10,000, and that's US. So that's about 14,000 Canadian. And so if my eyes are puffy today, it's because I was crying all day yesterday, and I'm probably going to tear up again. But so where I was before I found PartnerCo, most of you have heard my health journey. Like I was very, very sick, and in pain, overweight, some nights not even being able to walk up my stairs to bed or cook for my children. And just, I was cleaning houses for a living, kind of had my own little company, another girl working with me. But, I was only making about 36,000 a year to 40 max for the last 13 years. Um, and paying an employee to help me out of that as well, and raising my two kids. Um, like I wouldn't say that we never went without, because I was really good at budgeting and we valued our little family trips and things. So I tried to make it to seem like my kids didn't realize that, we didn't have a lot. And I don't think they really did. They felt okay. But since starting PartnerCo, I've got my life back. I'm feeling good. I'm down 40 pounds. I'm no longer in pain. And I've been clearing over $10,000 a month since last September. And that's a total game changer, because I think I've told Reese and Ashley this numerous times. Like, I am financially free already with this money, because I can go to the grocery store and just get whatever we need and know that I have enough money to pay for our items. And I can, like, my mortgage comes out on the first of the month, and I don't need to check to make sure I've got enough to cover it, right? And so, right there, that's financial freedom. When you can live without worry, and you can just do the things that you need to do as a mom and a parent and everything, that is already freedom. So anything beyond this kind of money is like extra. I'm already like, oh, I want to like help everybody, right? And that's something that I have to probably watch, as I will probably end up giving it all away.
Well,
But
that's Chris Budd brought up a good point when we were in Calgary, and he was like, the savings bonus is we're all striving for that, and that is like John and I were talking before. This doesn't stop at 10,000. You get it every 4 weeks. You get that additional 15% in your check, and it's huge. You can tell on those every four Fridays that mine and John's and everybody that's got the $10,000 savings bonus, our smile is just a little bit bigger because that extra bump. But it really is nice. It's something that the company really, I love how that you call it. Like, I mean, you could be a mortgage program, it could be a car
yeah.
program, anything like that, but by the time you get to that 10,000, you are making good, steady money at that point. And that is what is so, at that point, then it's like that's extra money. That's not going towards bills. That's not, most everybody, when they're getting this, they've kind of got to that financial freedom. And so now this is just extra, which is absolutely outstanding. And Risha, let's hear about yours. I want to hear because you built, so you are in Mexico. Your main business is in Canada, but it's worldwide. And you started this, and you were like Christy. I mean, we all, I think, everybody that you talked to on this, we were all struggling financially or trying to find ways to make ends meet, just different situations. But it's, again, living paycheck to paycheck, trying to find that. But you too had to start with what, 2 boxes, I believe, and then look what it's done in a year.
You're telling my story, Reese.
Sorry. I get excited for you guys.
First of all, I want to congratulate my dearest sister, my kindred spirit sister, Christy Walsh, because I know how hard she worked. And she was a pioneer. She was a month before me, as Chris and Joni were. I was one of the pioneers. And, you know, I look back and wonder, how did it happen? How did we get all those people to Ultimate? How did we do it? How did we get past all those obstacles? How did we get past all the complications? And I don't remember how we did it, but I just know we did it, right? And so I think that's the whole thing about this, is focus on solutions. So let's go back a little bit here. Mike and I retired, and we came to Manzanillo, Mexico. We bought a mini boutique resort, and we all know that retirement is an income. It's not an age, it's an income, right? It's that financial freedom that Christy was talking about. And we thought this resort, having a couple of villas, was going to provide us for a really nice living in conjunction with our Canada pensions and so on, and Mike's police pension. Well, when we got here, the building was in disrepair. It was unoccupied for 5 months, and you can't leave any building unoccupied, nevertheless, a building in the tropics. The pool pump had broken. It was covered in algae. Doorknobs were falling off. There's a disease called salitre that gets into your concrete and takes chunks of it off the walls. All kinds of things that were happening with the high humidity. And our little nest egg had disappeared so fast that we were at the point of true anxiety. And we did have our season rented, but we had no clue how to run a resort. So we gave everybody friends and family discount, and they all paid last September, you know, right? So the money was spent. And here we have to get the resort ready. By the time they arrived, I didn't have an extra $60 to put in the gas tank to take them around on day trips. We were so broke at this point. We had hydro bills that came in, electricity bills that came in that were like $1,700, and that's in one villa. And we have 3 villas that we're looking after. We had no idea about the high cost of electricity, and we had no clue what we were getting into. But anyways, fast forward, when Chris and Joni called me in April, like Christy, I was very sick. I'm normally a very healthy person, but because of all this anxiety, it led to a serious case of shingles. I was covered around the belly, the entire belly, in shingles. I had a UTI for 4 months, a dog infection, dog bites that turned into infections. I was in a really bad way. My immune system was way, way down. And I know it was all because of anxiety. I know it's the stress just took a terrific toll on my body. And so when that call came in, my first thought was, oh my gosh, I need these drops. And my second thought was, no, you don't have the money. You can't do it. And my third thought was, and it all happened within nanoseconds of one another, how are you going to make it work? How can you make it work? And so Mike has a golden rule: never, ever spend money on the credit card that you can't pay for next month, right? And as I said, expenses were high and income was low. So I found the money for 2 boxes. That was it. And that was the beginning of my career, Reese.
That is outstanding. And now, where are you? Think about the amount of people that have been, their lives have been changed, their health has been changed, their finances have been changed because you made the sacrifice or whatever you had to do to start this business, both of you guys. But Ricia, what does the 10,000 mean to you? What are you doing with it? I know y'all celebrated last night. I saw you and Mike out for dinner.
Oh my God, we totally went off plan. We went to a beautiful Italian restaurant down at the marina and had pizza and lasagna. Thank goodness for sugar stuff, right? But it was a great celebration, and it was great to treat my husband too. That was kind of cool. So I am going on a tour to Africa. I'm going on a safari. That's been a lifelong dream, to go to Tanzania and see the animals. I'll be doing that at the end of January. If anyone wants to come, we got more room on the bus.
That's tempting. I may come with you.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah.
And my girlfriend that's organizing the trip is a professional photographer. So she's going to do all the pictures, do a coffee table book for us at the end. And I just have to stay present in the moment and look at the animals. So I don't have to worry about any of those pictures.
That is
So
such freedom, just to have that freedom to be able to say, I'm not stressed about the bills. I've got all this covered and I can go travel and do, I mean, that changes everything. It changes your physical health. It changes your mental health just to have that freedom. That's so awesome. I'm so excited for you.
exactly. And like Christy, you can go to the grocery store and buy what you want. That is financial freedom, right?
It totally
Um,
is.
yeah, Christy, I'm so proud of you and how healthy you've become. And you just look like a superstar model girl. I'm
I'm
so
so
happy
proud
for
of you
you.
too. I love that, everyone lives so thousands of miles away, yet I feel so connected to everybody. Yesterday, Risha and I were going back and forth with our voice messages, and we truly are like sisters, right? And now we're twinning with our savings bonus, and it's amazing. So I'm planning on taking my mom. She's sitting right here, so she already knows because I'm like, I'm gonna take you on an Alaskan cruise.
We're
So
going to
that,
join you on that one too, Chrissy.
yeah, you guys come along. Like, that's always been on her bucket list. And my mom has been my biggest supporter throughout my whole life. She's always had my back. She's a businesswoman. She's taught me everything that I know. And this is my chance to give back to her and be like, let's go. It's on me. Let's enjoy this. Let's knock some things off your bucket list and have some fun together. She's also been my travel partner for years. So now I can actually pay for things.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Couple more questions, and any other moderators that want to chime in, please do. Both of you guys have been in the industry and different companies for a while. What is the difference here from the different places that you've been? What is the difference here? What do you see here? What makes this so special?
Okay, I'd like to jump in to start.
Yeah.
Okay. In other companies I've been in, I've had to fight with rep support to get what needed to be done for my team. In this company, rep support, Katie, Lucy, Kevin, Dan, all of them are partners with us, and they treat us with that respect and that partnership. I am so impressed with the courtesy and the respect that we receive from corporate. I'm going to say that number one, probably for me. Number two is their policies to stand behind the quality of the products. There has been the occasion that, a parcel arrives that's damaged or whatever, and without question, they don't hesitate. There's no argument. It gets immediately resolved. And when you're at the front lines, you're the voice of the company, right? So the customer looks at you, but if we're able to resolve it along with the cooperation of corporate, it's just such a blessing that it's a smooth, easy fix. The quality of the products. This is the first time I've been with a company that I actually felt the products, that I feel younger, I feel healthy, I feel energized, I feel beautiful, I feel sexy, I've got my mojo, all those things. I feel that. The compensation plan, I've never seen this in my life. In Calgary, we had so many people on our team. Congratulations, guys, dancing across the stage. I've never seen that in other companies. Usually it's maybe 20% in my team on Calgary. Just as Christy's team, there was probably 80% on the stage. So obviously the comp plan and the way they treat us. Wow. Even Orlando last year was amazing. The party was fabulous. I was so impressed because I'm an event coordinator as well. And I saw all the little details that went into that. And I was so impressed. And I kind of calculated what they had done in the 2 years. They produced the magazine, they produced all those videos, they got launched in several different countries and completed the infrastructure. Oh my God, I can go on and on about what they've done in 2 years. Or at that point, Orlando was a year and a half, right? And then go further into Punta Cana and the diamond treatment that we received. I've been on a few rewards trips and I've never seen such royal 5-star diamond treatment like I have there. Sorry, Christy, I shouldn't hog it in and take it away.
No,
But
y'all have all
No,
the time y'all need. Go ahead.
yeah,
Risha, like I agree with everything that you have said. And to top that all off, I think our system of growth, right? I've never started a company and day one had a system, had direction, had all the information at the touch of a fingertip, right? And it's duplicatable. Like I've always seen the big networkers come in and they bring their teams and they're the ones that make the money, right? And I wasn't able to really build a team anywhere else. And with this company, day one, you start your posting and you're not only selling the drops, which absolutely work, right? That makes a difference too. But people want to join you because they see there's a system and that anyone can just plug in and they, even without their own testimonial or journey, they can start sharing, start helping people get healthy, start people getting wealthy right out of the gate. And I think that success rate from day one makes a huge difference with, just building our teams organically. And once you start making money and know that you're on the right path, you stick with it. And it's really hard not to stick with it with this company as well because of our IPA calls, right? We get to open our business every morning with 500 other people and share tips and tricks with them. Like I've never seen that anywhere else. If you have a question, it's answered. Like there's just so much love and support and it's authentic. People actually want you to do well here. And there's no, oh yeah, I want you to do well and then turn around and you know what I mean? Like it's teamwork. And I think that just helps me have a purpose in life again. And I can live 100% authentic with me sharing the products because there's no fluff. We just share our stories and 100% authentic with the comp plan because we can show them how to make money right away and it's sustainable money, right? Because we help our brand partners by placing orders, by building our legs the way that they can be built. It's truly a game changer.
All right. So
That was worded so good.
both of you guys, I was just about to say, I see it over there. We were talking about, somebody asked if we could break this up. Sarah, I think that is a wonderful idea because literally y'all just closed it. Like I wanted to sign up again. I'm not joking. That was great from both of you guys of why it's different. All right. Anything you want to add before I ask this last question?
So proud of you guys, but you don't just feel sexy and feel beautiful. You are all of those things, Ricia and Christy, same.
So
thank you.
Thank you.
Each one going out as we end this segment, what would you say to those people that are just starting or that have been here for a little while and they're not like they see the savings bonus, but they almost feel like it's out of reach?
Like they can't do it.
What would you say to those people?
Well, I would say make sure, like a lot of people, I've gotten this question the last couple days because people know that I've unlock the savings bonus and they're like, well, why isn't my savings bonus getting bigger? And it's because they might not know how it's triggered, right? So make sure your base commissions are $250 US or it's about $345 Canadian each week, and that will start to trigger it into that account each week. So if you're really close to those base commissions, like place that little order just to get it over so you can trigger that into your account because you don't want to miss out each week, right? And just keep doing the activities. Don't compare yourself to Risha or I or anyone else because we're all on our own journey, but we're all together for support. So when you start comparing, you start thinking that you can't do it. But when you reach out and say, well, how did you do it? And how can you help me? Then we can work together and make a plan, right? And it's totally achievable.
All right, Risha.
Well, I'm going to say, let's go back to the very beginning and figure out, why do you want to do this, right? Do you just want to lose 20 pounds or would you like to make an extra $1,000 a month? And everybody, life is so expensive now. Plan B is a necessity. It's no longer a nicety. It's a necessity. You have to have that plan B. And in Canada and the US, on a tax level, if you don't have a home-based business to be able to get all those extra write-offs, You're paying way too much in taxes. So just do it for that reason, if anything, right? So first get your why anchored and figure it out. And it could be just that extra $1,000 to help with the monthly expenses. It could be for that car payment, or it could be to take the family on a camping vacation, whatever it is, but you need to know that in the beginning. And the other thing you need to know is, yes, we have that system that works. Yes, we have the IPA calls, but you got to be a lamp. If you don't plug in, you're not going to be working, right? So you got to plug in. That's critically important. And I'm going to say, go that extra mile, or in Canada, go the extra kilometer. Because Christy and I have gone the extra mile consistently, as you and Ashley have, right? And doing that extra mile is going to bring in that extra comma in your paycheck next Friday, or the Friday after, or the Friday after. And it's cumulative. As I say, looking back, I can't tell you how I did it. I just know going that extra mile every day made it happen. So the other thing I want to say is this, is you have to be a lot more than that passive Facebook posting. If you want to do $1,000 a month, you have to reach out. You have to learn to talk to people. You have to learn how to get that elevator pitch down, that 90-second pitch. You have to learn how to pick up the phone and call your contacts, because that extra little bit, doing that extra mile, talking to 3 people a day, which is really like 15 minutes, guys. That's all it should take, is a 15-minute call, because your job is to invite them into an event, into a drop talk, into a meeting, is going to make the difference. And if you multiply 3 reach outs a day over the year, you're looking at 1,300 people. Do you think that 50 of them will join you? Absolutely, right? It's the math, it's the numbers. Get your ego out of the way and start at basic. And before you know it, you do 3 people a day, and you're going to be at that 10,000 savings bonus before you know it, and on the next trip.
Yes, I love
And
that.
Africa with me too.
It's definitely a numbers game. Just keep going, be consistent, keep plugging away, and you will get there.
Absolutely. Every time.
So awesome. Any other moderators have anything?
I just want to throw in real fast. One thing that Christy Walsh had text, she asked guys, am I dreaming? And I replied back, no, ma'am, you are not. It can be done.
Yep. It's
Congrats,
real
ladies.
life. Real life.
Absolutely. Wow. Chrissy's life has changed. My life has so greatly changed. We would have lost the resort part of our lives. We would have had to close down that business side, and it would have become vacant spiderweb properties, right? So PartnerCo has saved me on a health level. It's saved me on that connection level with others, because both Christy and I have grown greatly over the last year in emotional maturity, right? And all the friends, I mean, it's a hug fest when we get together. I've never seen that kind of love shared in a company with everybody on all the different teams, as Christy mentioned. But it's also that financial freedom. Now we can dream again. And just having that freedom to dream is a different person than who you were yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Way to end it, Ricia. Thank you guys so much. Congratulations. So proud and so happy for you guys. All right, guys, let's get the hands up.
Thank
We can start
you.